Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio with Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
Oh, okay.
Matt, meet Chris Orr, also known as Batman and Gua.
You know, even when I was texted this morning saying that Chris Orr was going to be joining us today, and then Strofe clarified that Chris Guap is the same person, I still sent the old gif of Anchorman Ron Burgundy saying, "I do not believe you." But now this is physical proof. I no longer can sit back and be like, there's two people that are just fooling all of you.
Now, Chris, welcome back to the show.
It's good to be back. It's good to be back. It's good to meet you, man.
Yeah,
And Chris Orr and Chris Guap, they might not be the same person, to be honest. You might be right.
All right.
Is it an Eminem, Marshall Mathers sort of thing here?
It might be.
Now, Matt, I want to ask you this question. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
We're live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton, Chris Orr with you. What did you, in your mind's eye, the difference between Chris Orr and Chris Guap? Like,
honestly,
were you, one was a former athlete? Was one like a... Because
no,
Guap sounds like,
honestly,
like a music DJ or like...
There was nothing more to it than his Twitter handle.
Okay.
That was literally all it was. We would talk about Chris Orr, and I could have... Was your Twitter handle is Guap?
Yeah.
And maybe, I don't know why, because it says Chris Orr above that.
Yeah.
And it just shows the little handle. I don't know why I screwed it up, but yeah, I don't know. Just a brain fart.
Well, Matt,
I wish I could chalk it up to something more, but
we call you. We've been leaning into you're kind of like older than you think. That's an old guy thing.
That is an old guy thing. That's an old guy thing for sure.
Chris, you're gonna have to speak up a little bit.
Two-pack shaker. Who is this? Like,
yeah, fair. Okay, you know what? I've got gray hair now. You're right. I'm old. Okay, I've been trying to fight it. I'll accept it. I'm officially old.
Well, Chris, and we're going to find out what you've been up to, but Matt Hamilton, he had the rude awakening. How old are you, Matt?
34.
And Chris, how old are you?
I just turned 26.
Okay, so again.
Oh, yeah, still the old guy.
We had to remind Matt as he kept on trying to, like, us, but, like, being next to, like, the young kids who are, like, 20.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I was trying to, like it's
Steve
us versus Jim. Look how old this guy is, right? Hello, fellow kids.
And then I had to remind him that it's basically me, him, and Tausch are the old guys on the air, and everyone else is well under 30.
Yeah, I felt like that Steve Buscemi meme,
right.
You know?
But then you've been rolling downhill because you pocket FaceTime me from your Facebook app, which is a pretty old guy
show.
During the show.
During the show. Yeah.
Man, that's too straight.
Here's the thing, though, is to be fair, I have always been a pocket dial like legend. Even when, so like maybe I was just old when I was 18 and 19.
No, don't start.
Because
that's Matt Hamilton's mother. If we had her on the show.
You can ask
don't start.
Literally anybody in my favorites contacts list. You get called regularly. And it's just, I don't know, my pockets have a mind of their own.
That's some old guy stuff for sure.
It is some
Only
old
my
man
dad
stuff.
does that. Only my dad does that.
I know. Well, I'm just saying, I think I've been old since like 19.
Chris, you're rocking an old guy hat, though, the Bass Pro Shop. I know it's like in. It's kind of like New Balances where it's kind of like in. Because Matt also likes to rock New Balances, but we'll give him a pass.
Better give me a pass.
But I would like to point out, Matt, unironically.
They're doing like collabs with Action Bronson and stuff.
When I was, my parents are big fans of Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. We went to Summerfest on Saturday, brought the kids, they played at 3:30. A lot of dudes wearing New Balances.
Here's the thing.
At the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band concert.
I think the New Balance thing.
And a lot of glasses with like the old guy, like you clicked on, like you have prescription glasses and you clicked on.
Whipped on the sunglasses.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a tough look.
To the look of me being an old man when I was 19. At 19, I used to buy those sunglasses that you would put over glasses to wear. Not even because I had glasses, just because they were so oversized and outrageous. And I think my grandfather actually got 2 for 1 when he bought them, so I just bought the other one. So I think I am just an old soul in a young man's body, obviously.
All right. Well, young man Chris Orr is with us. Chris, you've had a heck of a run. You've become a father. You played USFL football.
Bucky by Billion.
Give us, and you've been on the show with Bucky by Billion for a while now. Give us a rundown. What have you been up to? And that.
Man. Cracking skulls, man, shortening necks in the USFL. And then my daughter was born week 1, actually. Yeah, which is crazy.
Congratulations again.
Yeah. Thank you. So new to fatherhood, enjoying the little bit of sleep that I get. But man, I love every second of it for sure.
Well, yeah, from one girl dad to another now, it's fantastic.
Yeah, man,
they're the best. And well, how was the season? How you feeling? You feel good about the season? You feeling good healthily?
Yeah, I had a really good season. Pretty much came through healthy. Besides, I tore my long head bicep off the bone, but
is that all?
Yeah,
That's it. No big deal. What's that line you like to use? Other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play?
Right.
Well, it's essentially nothing. Apparently, it only makes up like 10% of your strength. I didn't have to have surgery or anything, but yeah, man, it was a good year. Besides us, missing the playoffs and losing to all my former teammates to make the playoffs. It was horrible. On my birthday.
Which teammate was the worst one to lose to? Former teammate.
Worst one to lose to was I'd probably say Garrett Groshek, just because I wasn't able to meet him that much on the field. He's a running back.
Yeah.
I'm playing linebacker, and they completely changed up their scheme. They're trying to be spread or whatever, and they're not even built for it. I don't know. But we barely even met up throughout the game, but he still scored, and man. Yeah, Garrett might have been the worst. and then on top of that, just all throughout the league, so many people just from – I had a couple of my former teammates in Carolina were on their team, and I played against guys that I played against in the league, all throughout the USFL. So it was fun to talk to those guys outside of them wishing me happy birthday after they beat us to send us home.
Now, Matt, what have you torn off the bone curling?
Well, after a long day of curling, I went and got a steak, and I had a ribeye, took that meat right off the bone. And that's about as dangerous as it gets in the curling world.
Something's gone completely wrong.
There was a guy who won an Olympic gold medal in 2006. He was playing in 2015 in like a major, as far as a golf equivalent goes, and he went over to like sweep a stone, and mind you, we're on ice, and I don't know if he forgot to put his broom down or what, but it looked like he just took a sailor dive, which is like 2 arms behind your back, head first into the water. He just did that on the ice, and he had stitches, and I shouldn't laugh about this, but it's been a long enough time. I think we can make fun of it now. He came back, this happened in like the third end, and a curling game's like 2 hours long. So he came back last end, 15 minutes left, and he tried to throw his last 2 shots. And this guy is world known in the curling world as one of the best to play, especially on those touch shots where you're just trying to get to stop in the rings. He threw 2, threw them both through like he was super concussed.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot believe anyone let him back out onto the ice with like one slip, let alone 2 shoes that have grip. Putting him onto a slider makes no sense to me. But yeah, they ended up losing that game, and he took the next game off and ended up playing later the week. But I think it was a bad idea. So there are injuries. I've never seen any like torn ligaments or anything, or anyone tearing anything. I've bruised my ego a handful of times just falling down. But I bounced back from that pretty quick because when you say as many like foot and mouth comments as I do, you'd have to bounce back from bruised
Everyone
ego.
is so mean to me. Well, Matt, I mean, what is the concussion protocol in curling? You good to go, eh?
How many beers am I holding up? How many Coors Lights am I holding up?
Right, yeah.
It's probably it.
It used to be how it was in football, to be honest. Big shocker. It used to be like that in football.
That's even crazier to me. It's
Smelling
like,
salts? You
at
good?
least on the ice, like, yeah, we're going to put you back on a slider, and it's totally on you whether you fall again. Like in football, it's like, that guy's still trying to kill you on the other side of the ball. He's still trying to shorten necks, crack some skulls.
Matt, that statement, right? Every time Chris says that statement, it's just a reminder of like, in no world could I have ever played football at any sort of level. This man's running around here saying, I'm trying to shorten necks.
Yeah, and here's the thing. For those of you who don't know and aren't watching the stream, Chris, kind of baby face. He's a cute little guy. But he's stacked. He is stacked. Like, I sat a little closer to him, but to start the show, and then I heard that, and then I slid a little further away. I was like, you know what? This guy still needs his distance. You know what I mean?
At Jim and Matt, you can see the video. We will have Matty or someone take a photo of Matt and his, what did you call Chris? Cute little guy?
Yeah, he's like a wolf, you know what I mean? In pictures, they're adorable, but I wouldn't want to pet one. I'm giving him his space from here on out.
You better be careful. Chris is going to be up like Terry Tate, the Office linebacker.
Yeah. Here's the thing. As long as I don't get Jim roamed and the table doesn't get flipped, I think I'll be good.
That'd be pretty impressive.
As long as I don't keep calling him Chris Guap the rest of the show and then he threatens me.
Call me Guap one more time.
Deep cut there.
and see what happens there. 844-770-3776 is how you get into the show. Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton, Chris Orr with you. Chris, back from playing in the USFL. We're happy to have him, and again, congratulations to him on being a new father as well. We got plenty to get into for today's show. We're going to talk some Green Bay Packers. We'll talk a little Badgers football. Are you freaking out that this class, this current cycle, not a lot of kids from in-state? And there's a lot of reasons why. One being this staff got in pretty late. Some of the kids, they didn't get a chance to offer. But, Matt, before we go to break here, I think Alex and I have a bone to pick with you. You were late for the show meeting, and instead of we're talking about, hey, you're late, and you're like, oh, I'm stuck behind the road, and this is all going on. But, hey, Alex, take a look at all these bushes my friends at Olsen Toon dropped off. So you really didn't care that much because you were just excited. I feel like you were running behind because you were just admiring the bushes that Olsen Toon dropped off.
I agree with you, Jim. I think you're spot on.
Here's the thing. I definitely was late due to construction on my street, but there's no way in any world am I going to accept blame for being late if I was admiring this landscaping, because Olsen Toon has just knocked this job out of the park. They have brought my edging in a little bit. The edge of my lawn where the landscaping starts and the grass stops looks phenomenal now. I did not know my front yard could look this good, and here we are literally two work days into their progress, and it's like a totally different yard. If you would like outdoor living space as wonderful as mine is right now, you can go to olsentoon.com and get started on your next project today. They do residential and commercial projects, no job too big or too small. Landscaping jobs and maintenance jobs, from irrigation to concrete work, pools and more. If you've got an outdoor living need, Olsen Toon is here to help, and you can get that started at olsentoon.com.
Will Jordan Love be a top 5 QB by the end of this season? Willie and Tosh talked about that earlier today, and we'll talk about it next. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
Jim Rutledge here to tell you about X Golf Madison, and the most important thing that you need to know is that X Golf Madison is for everyone. Heck, I golf there. Whether you're a seasoned pro, a new golfer, or in between like me, X Golf Madison is going to be fun for you. They have a full bar, excellent service, great food, and the most advanced and accurate golf simulators in the world. You can play one of their 50 courses available, take lessons from a PGA pro, hit the driving range, or even join a league. Stop by their East Madison or Middleton location today, or visit them online at xgolfwisconsin.com.
Hear that? That's the sound of the 2023 Chevy Silverado and its TurboMax engine, delivering impressive power with no compromised durability. Whether you're helping friends move or just moving some friends, this is the sound of a family with plenty of rear seat room to enjoy the ride. And this is the sound of you heading to your local Chevy dealer today. Find your Silverado and find new roads. Chevrolet. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/actnow. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Medicine.
Not a lot of things more satisfying than watching a bush.
Right, Matt?
Yep. That is fact. Are we just going to go through the Alex Strofe editing show? There is not a lot of things more satisfying than watching a bush.
Ayahuasca.
Give us the pause. I want Chris's reaction to the
let's
pause.
do this. Matt Hamilton, Jim Rutledge with you. Chris Orr here. Alex, why do you do some creative, fun bits on the show? Why do you override them immediately?
Because I got to make room for the next bit. And that was the case.
Are we just on a budget of buttons here?
So you got rid of the pause?
I could find it.
What's the pause?
I just don't have it right now.
We don't want to ruin the pause.
I don't want to ruin
Orr.
it. It's good. It's pretty funny.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. We're live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. And let's see here. Sadler chimes in saying he's loving the show so far. He wants to see what our quarterback list is going to be. We're going to get to that in a second. And, let's do it right now, Matt Hamilton.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to play Tinder time, Chris. Now, me and Matt really don't know how Tinders work, so we end up screwing it up most of the time. But in theory, you're supposed to swipe right if you think the answer is yes to this question, and swipe left if you think the answer is no to this question. And we're going to ask you by the end of the year, where do you think Jordan Love rank in front of this quarterback?
By the end of the season?
End of the season.
Okay.
So I'm going to go off of fan-sided. I'm going to go in the order that fan-side has these quarterbacks ranked right now. And then you tell me by the end of the year, and then maybe Alex or Chrissy back there can help keep track of the list there, because I can't. There's only so many things I can do at one time. So first, we're going to play Tinder time.
If you like it, swipe right. If you dislike it, swipe left. It's Tinder time.
So again, do you think this quarterback will rank in front of, or do you think Jordan Love will rank in front of this quarterback by the end of the season? Then we'll figure out, will he be top 5? All right. Number 16 on the list, Sam Howell, Washington Commanders. Will Jordan Love finish the season as a higher or lower ranked QB than Sam Howell? However you would rank them.
I am going to swipe right on that.
Higher.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm so confident if Howell has a better numbers, I will let Chris Guap tackle me.
We need
whenever,
we need
out of the blue. So Howell,
We need this.
if Howell can do
That's
this,
a clip I'll save.
I will go. We will go to a football field and I will take a shot.
Now,
Chris,
before we get into this, is it better, or was it like a car accident? Is it better if he doesn't expect you, or expects you, but he might brace too hard and then injure himself? Like,
It's better to know, because I don't know how much you train your neck. So if you don't know, then you probably won't be able to grab your head off the ground.
No, for sure. I know what you're saying. I have a very big head, so I have confidence I have a strong neck, but who knows? But I am confident enough that Jordan Love is going to be better than this Grant Howell or
Sam
whatever.
Howell.
Sam Howell.
Stick with Grant.
I'll say he'll be higher, but I don't think it's necessarily because he'll play better. I think it's because of schematically what they'll do differently. Because Washington has a good run game, and I think they'll lean on it. For whenever things go wrong, they'll lean on it to help out a quarterback that doesn't have much experience, which is something Green Bay should do as well. But I think Sam is better than Jordan Love, to be honest. I think he's a better pure quarterback, but I do think that Jordan Love will be ranked higher. I think he's in a better position.
all right, so on this list, Jordan Love, number 15.
Okay.
Which is fair because everyone in this list is, like, the people around him haven't played.
That's fair.
As we have Adam and Madison chime in, which I love the optimism here. Is it fair to assume Jordan will meet top 5 expectations based on how much he improved in the little we've seen him in game time situations over the past couple of seasons? I take absolutely zero credibility to the little bit he's played.
Yeah, it
because
doesn't work like that.
No, thank you, Chris, because the one full game he started, he looked awful, and then clean up, and Jordan Love even called it mop-up duty against the Eagles, playing against shell defenses. It's hard to project a massive improvement.
Right.
He didn't look that great in the preseason that same year.
And he didn't look that great in his second halves against Detroit in either season.
Right. Yeah. So I would say that he's probably improving, but to make some sort of jump, say top 5 in the NFC, seems a bit high. Desmond Ridder is the next one on here. Matt, higher or lower do you think Jordan Love will finish than Desmond Ridder, quarterback from the Atlanta Falcons and former quarterback of now Badgers coach Luke Fickell?
Right. So if I remember correctly, Ridder was also pretty good at using his legs.
He's also seen more time in the NFL as a starter than Jordan Love.
Yes. As a, I'm going to say they're going to be pretty comparable, but my Packers optimism is going to show through a little bit. I think Love is going to be statistically higher than Ridder.
All righty.
Yeah, I'll say he'll be higher. By the numbers, I'll say he'll be higher. But I think it's the same situation like Washington. Atlanta, they just drafted the back out of Texas. One of the
Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
And he's gonna get his touches every game.
Yeah.
So I do think he'll be ranked higher. I don't know. I think people that are going based off of Jordan Love, what he did last year, they don't understand that every week that he plays, people are going to be planning for him. Like, nobody was game planning for him. Everything was for Aaron Rodgers. Now everything's going to be preying on your weaknesses now.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
it's a different monster now.
That actually goes to, I think he could get off to like a pretty decent start, and then when people see what he can do, that's why you really have to take the whole thing. If he gets off to a bad start, you should freak the flip out, right?
Yeah, you should.
Alex Strouf, like, he flips out when I say that. But otherwise, but he should start looking good. It's around like week 4 or 5 when he sees divisional opponents the second time. Now, what does he look like? Let's get to Baker Mayfield.
I think even though Jordan Love is younger and probably a more athletic guy than Baker is currently, Baker has done it. He's made it to the playoffs, the Browns. The guy is he's not that bad a quarterback. I think it would be disrespectful to say he's going to be higher than Baker Mayfield.
Also, Tampa basically kept everyone else. Yeah. I mean, they let Tom go, but they have those receivers.
Group.
Like the offensive line they paid for.
They're going to be healthy this year. Yeah, I'm saying Baker's going to be higher for sure.
All righty, let's get to now. This list has Andy Dalton. I'm just going to swipe out and put Bryce Young in there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you should do that.
I think Bryce is a very talented quarterback, but I think his size is going to be something. Like, these guys in the NFL are bigger than the guys he was playing. It's going to be a learning curve there a little bit. I'm sure he's getting an idea of it during these practices right now. But I think it's going to take him a little bit of time to develop. I kind of see a similar path that we saw like Trevor Lawrence, where he wasn't necessarily a star in his first year, but he was fine. I'm going to say Jordan Love's going to have better numbers, but I think Bryce Young is the real deal.
Yeah, I'll say Jordan Love will have better numbers. I think I'm eager to see how Bryce Young, because I remember game planning against Kyler Murray when he was with the Cardinals, and the big thing was that his when he was throwing the ball downfield, especially through the middle of the field, he couldn't get his balls to drop just because the way he's throwing the ball, he has to elevate it so much to get over the defensive lineman and the O-lineman that he can't get the ball to drop down. So I don't know. I'll be eager to see how Bryce Young adjusts to that. I think he's a better quarterback than Kyler Murray, so I don't think he'll necessarily have that many issues, but I do think he's going to struggle year one. Everybody does.
Let me ask you this before we move on with it, since you've obviously been around the NFL, played college football. 6 foot 194 is what he played at Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
That is basically my size. And, I mean, that's the smallest quarterback drafted in the first round since Jim McMahon back in...
That's what he played at. I think his combine numbers were smaller.
You know, he was bigger at the combine.
Yeah,
he was?
But he purposely tried to add weight. He got to 204 at the combine.
I thought he was actually only 6
you're right.
foot.
I'm sorry. Your height, yes, 5'10", 1/8 at the combine.
Yeah.
The weight is the real concern for him.
Right.
Because 194 would be the lightest since Jim McMahon to play in the NFL at quarterback. And Jim McMahon played in the 80s.
Right.
So that part of it. And you see you guys seen the pictures of him.
Yeah.
He looks like a tiny guy out there. Like they brought the high school quarterback over. I mean, do you think more than the height could that...
The Make-A-Wish Foundation.
The weight
I want to play quarterback for the Panthers. I mean, he literally looks like a child out there.
Well,
You've
seen
seen some of those, right?
Make-A-Wish.
He's pretty small, Jim.
All right. So you guys both swiped right on Love over Young?
Love
okay.
over Young. Yeah.
All right, Daniel Jones, New York Giants quarterback.
As much as I would like to say he got his money and he's going to slough off, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think Daniel Jones is a good quarterback. He can get it done with his feet, which he does not get enough credit for. I think Daniel Jones is going to have better numbers than Jordan Love.
Yeah, Daniel Jones will definitely have better numbers than Jordan Love. Because another thing that people aren't thinking about is that was just year one with Brian Daboll. Like, he's going to have – now they have more time together and actually know their strengths and weaknesses. And
this might be his first time with a – 2 times with a head coordinator.
Yeah,
I think he's had a coach for 2 years, but the offensive coordinator's changed every time in his career so far.
I think so.
Yes.
What a stat that was by me.
There's another
Nicely
quarterback.
done.
There's another quarterback on this list who would have gone through 3 different coaches in 3 different years when you count for college and NFL. We'll get to that one later. Geno Smith is the last one we'll do here before we go to break. Geno Smith, who coming off of not just a career year, I mean, it was
Pro Bowl year.
Yes, it was a pretty outstanding year. Seattle has done more to add talent around him.
Mm-hmm.
I think they, as far as a long-term plan, I think they're viewing Geno Smith as their Alex Smith of this guy can move the ball, get it done for us, and we trust him not to make mistakes, and we'll get to the playoffs and see what happens.
100% Geno Smith is a journeyman. There's a reason he's a journeyman and gets a spot on that next team. It's because he's good enough to play the game. He had a great season last year, and they added an absolute stud at wide receiver. I don't know his name. Strofe, can you help me out there?
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yes, the one that we wanted on the Packers.
Texas boy.
He's going to be the real deal, along with DK Metcalf. They're
Also a Buckeye, Chris.
Texas is so big, I feel like Chris could say this.
I just
Texas boy.
With those 2 wide receivers and a guy as talented and proven as Geno Smith, he's going to do just fine, better than Jordan Love.
Yeah, it's undeniably Geno. You can't replace that experience.
It would be disrespectful to Geno Smith.
Yeah.
It'd be like a punch in the mouth.
Yeah.
Shortening his neck.
It'd be like getting your jaw broken.
Oh, man.
by a
I
teammate.
hope Sam Howell has a better year. I hope he has a better year.
Yeah.
I hope he has. Because I was supposed to do this Strofe, but he can't do it. But, man, I hope he has a
You
better
would
year.
break Strofe in half.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah. That would be sad.
I'll recover. I'll hurt.
It would be.
I'll hurt, but I'll recover.
Strofe would end up as a Make-A-Wish kid. He can play quarterback for Carolina. Go be a winner like Geno Smith. Go to Ho Chunk Game in Madison Sunday, June 25th. They have the Grand Slam giveaway. 24 players will step up, take a crack at their wheel to win up to $3,000. Grand prize, 4 o'clock, $10,000 cash. That's Sunday, June 25th, 12 to 3:30. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light, a finalist for Best of Madison Radio Team. Vote at channel3000.com. People really like this show.
North and South Seafood and Smokehouse is the official barbecue and seafood and smokehouse of Rutledge and Hamilton. Make sure to listen every Wednesday for your chance to win a $50 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse in Madison, Verona, and DeForest. North and South Seafood and Smokehouse.
You can drive cutting-edge design. 2023 Audis are on the lot and ready for delivery. Take advantage of 4.99% APR financing for up to 60 months on select new 2023 models. See dealer for details and exclusions. $18.87 a month per $1,000 finance. No down payment required to qualify buyers through Audi Financial Services. Offer ends June 30th. Stop in and test drive today. Check out our website to see the current inventory and our monthly specials. The search for your Audi begins and ends at Zimrick Audi of Madison, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road. Drive yours today.
The Club at Lac La Belle is the birthplace of golf in Wisconsin, with a rich history you will feel once you arrive. Experience a round at the Club at Lac La Belle. The redesigned course is open to the public 7 days a week. Schedule your tee time today at clubatlaclabelle.com. This is a golf destination that you will want to play over and over again, and enjoy fine dining and event space after your round. An historic past meets a vibrant future. Go to clubatlaclabelle.com to start your journey.
Your friend could tell you to go to TLC Laser Eye Centers for LASIK. But when your eye doctor tells you to go to TLC Laser Eye Centers for LASIK, you book your consultation. TLC has performed over 2.3 million LASIK procedures nationally, and that includes treatment for over 10,000 doctors. LASIK takes minutes, with most patients back to normal activities the next day. So come see why TLC Laser Eye Centers is the doctor's choice for LASIK.
Right now, TLC is offering $1,000 off their Wavelight laser when treated in July. That's $500 off per eye. So call 888-TLC-2020 or visit saveontlc.com. That's saveontlc.com. The doctor's choice for LASIK. Must mention this promotion and be treated in July of 2023 to qualify. $1,000 off for both eyes on standard Wavelight price. $500 off for one eye. Cannot be combined with any other offers. See details at saveontlc.com.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm Vice President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by X Golf in Madison and Middleton.
As I think about it, I'm going to try to ask Chris things that popped up while he was gone, and we can get his thoughts on it. So, Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton with you. Chris Orr, former Badger, played in the NFL. You're from Texas, right, Chris?
Yep.
All righty. We have Alex Strofe here and Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton. We're all Wisconsin kids. And I just said that
Texas boy.
In the past, I've said in the past that for a grown adult, like out on a date, if you order a glass of milk at dinner, it's a little strange.
You look ridiculous.
Yes, thank you.
You look ridiculous.
Yes.
That's a Wisconsin thing. I'll never forget my first team dinner at the University of Wisconsin football program in 2015, and we're sitting down eating, and all these guys are getting full glasses of milk.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, what are y'all doing? Y'all look ridiculous. You're drinking milk. And we have steak and potatoes here.
Exactly.
Like,
you know how good that goes with steak and
disgusting.
potatoes?
No.
Oh my gosh.
No.
It's so heavy.
It's like a cow. It's like cow
It's so
inception. You get the meat, you get the milk, you get it all, baby.
There's no need for the milk.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't
And
know,
milk
man.
isn't that good. It's not that good.
We're gonna have a problem here.
But wait, Matt, can you share how you prefer your milk?
Whole, unpasteurized.
He's
like that.
He likes but you like it. Like, the raw, like straight, like not pasteurized, not
I
whole
like
milk.
unpasteurized.
Unpasteurized,
Yeah,
okay, all right.
It does taste better than like the milk you're used to. I assure you of that.
See, but I don't just drink milk. Like,
Right.
I'm using that milk. I'll put that in like a protein shake or
Right, okay.
You know, when you're cooking with it.
We're making
but,
it.
like,
Jim
I'm
was saying
not-
he'd even just do like a chocolate milk potentially after like a workout.
Yeah,
right. Like
yeah,
I get
yeah,
it.
you've done that. Yeah,
I get it.
yeah.
Sometimes I just vibe. Like the other night, I had
There's
some
no
cookies.
vibe that calls
I
for
had some
that.
cookies. When you have a cookie,
Well, that's
you
different.
only need what? An inch of milk. I poured myself like 12 to 14 ounces of milk. Dunked the cookie.
You have a mustache?
Oh, you better believe it. I was in
Man.
an ad. I was a living, walking, talking milk ad. I kid you not, though. Like it was perfect. It was great with the cookie.
No, less is more for me with milk. Like a little milk with some cookies, great.
Yeah.
I'm in. A little bit of chocolate milk after workout, absolutely. Just pouring a whole ass glass of milk to sit down and eat dinner. My kids don't eat. Like my kids get like a half a glass of milk and then they can have water.
Here's my big problem, though, and this might be just a me thing, and it's just what happens when I start drinking milk. If I like put the glass up, I just don't stop. Like if you gave me 4 ounces of milk, it would just be. It would just get knocked
I just
back.
picture
That sounds ridiculous.
Ron Burgundy
I'm
out in
telling
San
you.
Diego. Because that's the other thing. When I lived in Florida, milk is always a bad choice. There's never a time where you're like, it is 90. Hey, and I can I get this sushi
Fair.
and then a glass of milk, please?
I will say I probably am vibing milk a little bit more often in the winter than I am in the summer.
which is fair.
Probably makes a little bit more sense.
Dave, our Deerfield friend who wants to get us lunch, says, welcome back, Dr. Gupta, and congrats on your baby girl.
Appreciate it, man.
Let's get back into, we were playing a little Tinder time, because the question is, and it was asked earlier today on Willie and Tausch, and Tauscher thinks it's not crazy to think that having expectation for Jordan Love to be a top 5 QB by the end of the season is fair. We are working through the list right now. We're using Fansided as their kind of list here. They had Geno Smith at number 10. And the next one on the list here, and we're playing Tinder time, so swipe right if you think Jordan Love will finish the season better. Now, this one's a little dicey because this player's starting the season hurt, or swipe left, but he's on a hell of a good football team. So when it's all said and done, this guy might end up with more fanfare. Brock Purdy.
Interesting.
So let's assume a healthy Brock Purdy. Let's say he plays 10 games this year.
Purdy's higher.
Okay, so here's my thought on Purdy is kind of the same as what Chris was getting at. The first 4 weeks, no one knew what he was or what he was capable of, and he was able to get away with it. Now, I don't know if he was necessarily exposed, and that's why Philly was able to eat him up, or if Philly was just
broke his arm. Like, he didn't play that.
No, I know, but was that because Philly is so good that they were able to get to that backfield that fast? Or was it because of something that he wasn't able to, like, read in a defense? Was it a him problem or, like, an O-line problem?
Well, I remember that happened so quick. Like, it
was early in the game.
Yeah,
Exactly.
their right tackle just got beat.
Yeah.
I'd say
I'm going to
Purdy's
say
gonna
no,
be
though.
higher.
I think Purdy proved it that he can do it. So I would say no, he's not going to.
Yeah, I'm probably going to piss. You're a Packers fan, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm about to piss you off. Purdy is going to be higher for sure, and there's a few reasons. One, he's got the experience. He did it in bigger games. I think he's on a better team, and we got to realize he has the original. Like, Shanahan is the original.
Right.
LaFleur, McVay, they are copycats.
Those are the
The copies of a copy. Yeah. Not quite as sharp.
Shanahan is the one. And with the weapons that he has, like, it doesn't even compare. I think Purdy's going to have a better year.
I'm with you. When you look at the team, and I'm not by any means going to go out and say that for sure, hands down, Brock Purdy is a better player. I don't know.
Right.
But that team around Brock Purdy is so good.
Well, and this is something we'll get into, and I just want to pause here to talk about it. You talk about LaFleur and Kyle Shanahan. We're going to find out this year where some of the things the Packers did or didn't do, was that Rodgers or is that LaFleur? A lot of fans are, which I don't agree with actually, but a lot of fans are asking for Christian Watson to get the ball in the backfield more. Christian Watson is not built to be that guy. I mean, again, he's, as I reminded Matt, 25. This is his body. He's been an injured player. I don't want a guy who's 6'5", 215. That's not a guy who should be carrying the ball in the backfield much. You get lit up by some of these linebackers back there or D-linemen.
Wasn't the guy we drafted, like, I know he's small, but isn't he fast as heck.
Jalen Reed. But again, same thing of like, they're Jaden Reed, they're not like what's the Sweeney?
Bill, they're not as big as Debo Smith. Or Samuel.
Samuel, thank you. Yes, that's what I was thinking about. Like, but my point is like the motion. I know Rodgers lamented that, but there's certain things you see in Shanahan's offense. Is that because LaFleur won't be able to work them in? Like, we all just assume, it's Madden. You just run motion. There's so much nuance and so much art to calling plays, and it goes back to the Aaron Rodgers effect. I don't know the answer to it, but I feel like Aaron had way more effect on the play calling, the pass coverages, all these sort of nuances than we know.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying LaFleur couldn't get there, but we might have a learning curve from him because now he doesn't have a Hall of Fame quarterback to cover up his warts.
For sure.
I 100% say that. I've been saying that this is LaFleur's official coming out party for as a head coach, because he had a head coach under center for the first 3 years of his career.
I want to jump out of order here because I think one of the quarterbacks we can have a deeper discussion into. It'll be kind of fun. The next one here, though, Derek Carr.
There's no way he's going to do better. And again, it's not that I don't think he can eventually put up better numbers than Derek Carr. It's his first year. Derek Carr is a veteran. I just don't see that.
Yeah, he's not going to do it. But the one thing I guess the question I have about this topic, just period, are we going based off of just these numbers, just his QBR, just his...
No, it's of how you would rank them.
Okay, because the one problem I always have when people go like, when we compare like stat lines is like make the stats come alive. Like, for example, like you got this backer that's just racking up tackles, but they're getting blown out. So they're running the ball in the last half of the game, but his impact on the game isn't that high. But if you look at their stats towards the end of the year, you're like, man, this guy must have been killing it. So from a quarterback perspective, like, I feel like sometimes your stats don't even show how good you are, to be honest, because you're playing within the system. What I would love to see Green Bay do is diversify their run game, use their backs, like run the ball. Run the ball. In the cold, freezing cold, run the ball. That's what Shanahan does better than McVay and LaFleur. That's where I think they're lacking, is that he has a really diverse run menu. Like, you're seeing different runs over and over again and stuff that looks the same, like you were saying, with all the motions.
Yeah.
Pre-snap, this formation looks like this. All the information I'm getting, I know I'm narrowing down between these three runs, and then you see something completely different. You see a counter off of that run. So I think that's the next step that LaFleur needs to take in his play calling, to be honest.
I totally agree, Chris.
Rodgers could have been – I'm not going to say Rodgers was the issue, but Rodgers could have been a part of that. It's like, okay, I'm going to give the keys to the legend. Like, I'm going to give the keys to this Hall of Fame quarterback. He's going to take us there. But also, defenses are scheming against you differently because you have Aaron Rodgers. So it'll look different. Yeah. Hopefully they run the ball.
Yeah, I'm with you. They underutilized those guys last year in several big moments. But real quick, I just want to take a pulse of this game we're playing real quick.
Yeah.
The highest we could rank Jordan Love in the NFC right now is 6th, and we have not said the names Jalen Hurts, Kirk Cousins, Jared Goff, etc. yet. So it's already looking like Jordan Love's probably going to rank. We only have him ranked higher unanimously than Bryce Young, Desmond Ridder, and Sam Howell. Everybody else we've said so far, you guys have agreed that he will rank lower than those guys. And we have not said those names yet. The highest he could be is 6th in the NFC, which is already putting him outside the top 5. Continue, Jim.
Alrighty, because the other thing, again, for Rodgers' effect, there's also an effect on Jones and Dillon.
Yep.
Nobody's going to be afraid early of Goff or of Love blowing the top off.
Right. So Jones and Dillon are going to look at full stacked boxes.
Absolutely. This is going to put a lot on LaFleur to try to protect his QB in Love. So next one, Jared Goff.
Oh, man. I think this is another situation like Derek Carr. Not quite as talented, I think, in my opinion, as Derek Carr. I personally think Derek Carr is better.
That's what I was like,
Derek Carr.
How would you know? Okay.
But I still, with his pedigree and history, I kind of would lean towards Jared Goff, and I like his weapons on offense. And I'm not knocking Christian Watson. I like what they got over there as far as pass catchers in Detroit.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Goff for sure.
All right, let's do this one quick. Cousins,
yes, no doubt.
Cousins.
All right, I'm going to do a couple quick no-doubters. Dak Prescott.
No doubt.
Jalen Hurts.
No doubt.
These two are interesting. I'm going to take Kyler Murray off the board.
Okay.
Because I don't think he's going to play, or he's barely going to play this year. So Kyler Murray's just off the board.
Right.
We'll just take away that spot. This one is interesting. I want to save the last guy for next segment. Matthew Stafford, who I literally forgot about. But up until last year, he was a perennial Pro Bowl and fringe MVP guy.
Right.
Are we writing him off, or do you think he could just come back now that he's healthy? I mean, I think part of last year was, hey, we're getting smoked. He's been kind of dinged for about 2 years now. How about we just let him get healthy?
Here's my thought on Matt Stafford. He is a former Pro Bowler, a Super Bowl champion, and he has Cooper Kupp catching the passes from him. He is going to have better numbers than Jordan Love.
Way to save it for next segment, champ.
The next guy is for next segment, champ.
Next guy. There's one guy left.
Way to pay attention to the show, champ.
I thought that's what we were saving. What am I missing?
It's Justin Fields we're saving. Gosh,
Dynamite dropping.
All right. Are you drinking back there? You must be drinking back there.
I wish I was, but I'm still hanging on from the weekend I had. Thanks to my friends at Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, and award-winning spirits. You can check out the Sippin' with Strofe series on the ESPN Madison YouTube page. What I love about them is they use local ingredients whenever they can, champ. And they are just terrific. They've got great cocktail recipes on their website as well, doorcountydistillery.com. So easy even I can make them. They're the hit of every summer gathering. They're just so good. The lavender gin martini is what we were mixing up this weekend. Oh, boy, is that good. You can make it, too. DoorCountyDistillery.com to find the retailer nearest you. We'll actually do the thing we were supposed to do next. It's Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. The University of Wisconsin-Platteville has announced that the Wisconsin football team will hold their first week of training camp on the UW-Platteville campus in preparation for the team's opener on September 2nd under the new regime led by head coach Luke Fickell. The Badgers will be in Platteville from August 1st through August 8th for team bonding activities, closed practices, and meetings. Platteville is the home to some of the most premier facilities in all of NCAA Division III and used to be the training camp home for the Chicago Bears from 1984 to 2002.
Pella's window and door design options are virtually limitless. Customize your order by August 31st and you could bundle and save big at PellaWI.com.
Are you dreaming of a new look? Let the pros at 5 Star Painting bring color to your world, to your interior, exterior, cabinets, and more. We make it easy with online scheduling, free on-site estimates, and a dedicated project manager on every job. Uneasy about hiring a contractor? We know, we've been there. 5 Star Painting is customer-focused and quality-driven, exceeding expectations every time. Call or visit 5starpainting.com today. 5 Star Painting, a neighborly company.
Hi, hon. Want to tag along to the grocery store with me?
Sure, but I just filled up the car with gas, and with those prices, we gotta be careful with groceries.
It's crazy. All the basic staples have gotten so expensive. But good news. Tina told me about this great app called Upside that pays you back big time just for using it. She said with the Upside app, she earned serious cash back on groceries and gas.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that we can actually get paid back real cash when we use the Upside app to buy gas and groceries?
Yep. Tina said they made around $200 already.
Wow, finally something that pays us back money instead of costing us more. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas and groceries. Cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ESPN1 to save an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Remember, use code ESPN1 to save an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Gravity's holding me back. I want you to hold out the palm of your hand. Why don't we leave it at that? Nothing to say, and everything gets in the way. Seems you can never.
Matt Hamilton, Jim Rutledge, Chris Orr with you. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. We were kind of talking about some, Chris has got, what was your injury at the USFL?
Long head bicep tear.
Alrighty, long head bicep. It sounds like something you catch, like out in Mississippi or something like that. Did you catch long head bicep? Yeah, all right, that's awesome. Was it good? Matt was sharing stories. So you got a little tip from Chris on your stretching there, and I was saying that obviously you guys know I work out at Carbon World Health. You can sign up for a 6-week experience. You could do what I did. I was just telling Tauscher about it. I take semaglutide. I've dropped nearly 30 pounds is a great part of it. My body fat percentage has gone from 22% to about 10.5%. The only change, I still work out there, but the change has been by taking semaglutide, which burns fat, not muscle, has helped me make the changes. Sometimes you need a kickstart. So ask Dr. Nestor Rodriguez about semaglutide. See if it's right for you. It's the first and only FDA-approved weight loss treatment, and it's available for you at Carbon World Health. But, guys, I did talk to him last time I worked out there. I know you guys are professionals, so we have to figure out the right time for it, but they're willing to kind of do like a little combine here with ESPN Madison host. We get Strofe out there. I'll be out there. We can do a show, but all of us, and they'll kind of run us through some stuff that's safe for you guys for your sports, but we can have some fun with it.
So you're saying I get to finally show off my athletic prowess?
Yeah, let's see this.
Everybody's going to be like, wow, they drafted, Chris Orr made it to the USFL and the NFL, and this guy's just sitting producing an afternoon radio show? Well, how did we miss this?
So the one that I'm excited for Strofe to do is him to jump on a treadmill when it's going 9. Like, that's one of them.
Oh, yeah.
And he'd run on it for 30 seconds.
And by rock that, I mean fall face first and get treadmill burn on my forehead.
I would love to see Strofe on, there's a machine called a Jacob's ladder.
Yep.
And it's essentially a ladder, but it's a treadmill ladder. So you climb a ladder, but it will rotate.
Easy. Yeah.
Just from the amount of coordination I've seen from Strofe just as a producer, would really like to see him run this Jacob's ladder. I don't think it would go well.
So the one that actually I think is the worst, and actually the punter for the Badgers is Vucevic, or what was his name? Yeah. The Roman deadlift, which we saw videos of him doing, where basically you lay flat on the ground, hold one arm up, and hold a weight. Now he was doing it with like a barbell, like a weightlifting, like a bench press.
A kettle bar.
Yeah, usually you're doing a kettle or just a regular free weight, but then you stand up with it. But you have to hold it straight in the air. And you can't use your arms. You kind of have to use your body for it. It is the most miserable thing I think out there. The trainers always laugh at Carbon when they make us do it because I'm like, what did I do to upset you that I have to do this today?
Andy Vunovich, by the way.
Because it's like I don't play professional sports. Can I not do this one? But
that one's hard.
It is.
That is a really tough one.
It's all core. I want to see you push a prowler out. That's what I want to see you do.
Push a what?
A prowler.
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what
Chris.
that is? It's like a big sled that you put your arms on and you got to move it.
Is that like the one at the NFL training camps and stuff?
He ain't moving it.
Nah, you don't really do that during camp, but everybody's doing it in the offseason.
That's what I mean.
Your job
it's like
is
the
to
sled,
move
right?
Another man. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could do that. No
He's
problem.
not pushing
with some
the
weight
sled.
on it, though.
Yeah.
Not just the sled.
What do you put on it?
I mean, it just depends. If you're going heavy, like you'll probably load it up.
How much? Give me an idea.
We
talking like hundreds of pounds, or we just talking like
like hundreds of pounds. Like probably like 6 plates.
Because they're talking like 45-pound plates, so those take a lot to get to hundreds
6 of those.
Probably
Okay,
like
yeah,
6
I'm not
on
moving
each
that.
one. That's
Each
like a
one?
heavy day. That's like a super heavy one.
That's like 800 pounds.
But
Chris.
that's like a real. That's like a strain.
Wait, you're
we're
telling
just
me
going
you can
10
move
yards.
that?
Yeah, I'm strong out.
He can move that.
I mean, I know that. I understand you're strong.
Matt might be able to. I can do
800?
I can do 500. Not too
for
hard.
Like
really?
Yeah.
40 yards. Not for like 40
Oh,
yards.
I might be
Like
able to
10
do like
yards.
200.
Yeah, it's like 10, 15 yards of carbon.
Yeah,
They have
yeah,
it
you
laid
can
out.
do
It's like a grass, like a
I want
kind of
in. Count me in.
AstroTurf, and you go down and back.
My arms might.
The hardest
snap.
part of that
It's
is
your legs.
turning it around
Yeah,
more than
when you
anything else.
turn it,
Yeah, more than actually
when
pushing
you
it.
turn
Yeah.
it. If you do it right, it's your leg.
Hey, Chris, whatever you're doing here and validating Jim's status as an athlete,
He knows
I
what
would
he's talking
appreciate it if you
about.
stop.
He know what he's talking about.
We don't need that
He
head
be training.
inflated
I'm
anymore.
not an athlete, but I work
You're
out
certainly
at
acting like
But
one.
I work out at Carver Health.
He workouts the way athletes
Yes,
do.
Yeah.
exactly. I'm too old. Everything just hurts after. That's why I gotta do like the cryo and
My
everything.
back hurts so bad.
Yeah,
today,
you
and I don't
actually-
know why.
You said you were old, but like
I'm getting old.
But no, you're just out of. You're just
You
out
hurt
of
more
shape.
than I do. You
But
might be
it's-
older than me.
You're too old now to be out of shape. Is probably that line you're getting.
Yeah, man, you need
Well, I'm
to
not
train.
out of shape.
Because you're not in shape. Because when I start, my point being, when I started like paying attention more to working out, my back hurt less because you lock up your core, you lock up your other muscles, and then you don't have these old man injuries.
Stroph's metabolism is still doing right by him, and he is living on his laurels.
Like, because you're not
right, Chief.
You're not heavy,
champ.
Whatever.
Like you're not a heavy person, but I wouldn't call you strong.
I would also not call me
Right.
strong.
So like, there's a
that's not
difference
offensive,
between
yeah.
like you are definitely like you look like healthy, but you're also pretty weak.
All right, Chris, you want to get any jabs in while we're at it? I mean,
Could you bench Alex Strofe? Is really the main question I want to know.
185. Of
Oh,
course
yeah,
you could.
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You could bench me.
Yeah, he probably
That's
could.
very
Yeah,
light.
yeah.
How much are you at?
I'm just too. I got a heavy day. I'm like 220. I'm probably like
Oh,
215
that's-
right now. Yeah, no problem.
We're talking. Come on now.
I could bench
Come on
Strofe.
now.
I don't think I could bench me. I don't think I got my own body weight anymore.
Oh, you could probably hit your own body weight.
Back when I was younger, I knew I could hit 220. I'm not sure.
Well,
haven't hit a
like
bench
I
in
meant
a
like
while.
physically Strofe. It's different than pushing the weight
Oh,
up than
yeah,
like
yeah,
an actual
yeah.
human being. That's why you got to
Well, yeah,
add like
I
10,
don't
15
think, I
pounds
don't think
for it.
Strofe would be a problem.
Yeah.
For Chris. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to like plank though. You can't just be.
He might not have the core for it. It might again. It'd be on
Well, Chris, you
Strofe.
learn this like as a child. Like when kids get older, they go dead weight, and you can't do that. Where you just
Yeah,
your
you
arms
can't-
just
you
flail,
can't do that.
Spaghetti
You can't do
arms.
that.
all of a
You
sudden,
can't do that.
Call that
a child,
ragdolling.
yeah, like a $20 or $20-pound child, all of a sudden seems like they weigh 50 because they just dead bodied it.
Yeah.
Why are you so heavy?
He's going to
So-
accidentally slap Chris in the face in his bench.
I don't quite have the child reference, but I've got one puppy that's stubborn, and we call it ragdolling when she does that. We try to get her somewhere, and we have to move her, like the bathtub where we have to take her to the bath.
yeah.
Yeah, ragdoll.
I don't know what you call it for mine. I have like a pit bull mix. It is like wrestling a bull. Like if she doesn't want to do something, she's just like she's stuck.
My bully loves water. He loves getting a bath. He loves.
No,
it.
she just walks. At some point, she'll finally walk in all sad. But if sometimes she's fighting it.
Yeah.
Want no part of it.
Yeah.
Get me out of here. This we'll talk about Justin Fields and will Jordan Love finish in front of him. We'll do that on the other side. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Yeah, it is, and I'm Alex Strofe. Your Sports Center update brought to you by Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America. Experience the Trans Am Speed Tour live and in person next weekend, July 7th through the 9th. Get your tickets today and check out the full season schedule on their website, roadamerica.com. 1 month away from the beginning of training camp up in Green Bay for the Packers, and they will be without a longtime member of their team. I'm receiving a phone call from Hawaii right now. That's random. Here's Mason Crosby, the former kicker of the Packers, who was on Wilde and Tausch this morning, weekdays 9 to noon, right here on ESPN Madison. Said he still intends on playing in 2023.
Yeah, I'm getting myself ready for training camp, and feeling good. I'm excited for what this next opportunity holds, and we'll see what happens.
Find that full interview with former Packers kicker, the all-time leading scorer in Packers history, Mason Crosby. Wherever you get your podcast, just search Wilde and Tausch. Baseball, the Brewers a half game back of the Cincinnati Reds for the NL Central lead. The Crew 3 games over 500. Back in action on the road today out in New York as they take on the Mets. It's a 6:10 first pitch. Rutledge and Hamilton continues right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
You got the shell.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
I'll never forget my first team dinner with the University of Wisconsin football program in 2015. We're sitting down eating, and all these guys are getting full glasses of milk.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, what are y'all doing?
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio. With Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
He is Matt Hamilton. I'm Jim Rutledge. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
Chris Orr with us, crushing necks in the USFL. Now, crushing takes here on Rutledge and Hamilton, live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. Earlier today, Willie and Tausch. Tauscher kind of basically said by the end of this year, Jordan Love, and this is the other part I want to get into. We'll get to the last quarterback here, but he basically said that Jordan Love kind of needs to be a top 5 QB in the NFC by the end of the season for the Packers to be able to justify it. And part of that was he kind of said, like, look, Chicago, like Justin Fields last year, unquestionably was a below-average passer, but he was an elite runner. And at times he had a window there. The Bears had the top offense in the NFL, I think, for a 4 or 5 week window, and Justin Fields, I think 14 touchdowns, 6 picks, plus all the running, like looked the part for a good, like a 5-game window. Never seen that out of Jordan Love yet.
Right.
But he was saying that despite the fact that Jordan Love, below average passer last year, elite runner, Chicago still said, we're going to give him another run. We have time with his contract. Mm-hmm. Packers do not have time with Jordan Love's contract because, yes, it's a 2-year deal, but realistically, if he's meh or bad, you have to make a decision. If he's bad, it's an easy decision because if he's meh or bad, that means you probably didn't win a lot of games. Now you have a high first-round pick and you have the Jets' first-round pick, so all of a sudden you can make a move for a quarterback here. So the decision to be made on Jordan Love kind of needs to be made at the end of this season.
Well, let's not forget, Aaron Rodgers is going to need to stay healthy and play, 66% of the snaps?
If Aaron Rodgers is healthy, I honestly think he's going to have a season for the ages because you see all this stuff. Jerry Alexander, and I know he was joking, but the quotes are still out there that, best QB in the league, and Romeo Dobbs is saying there's no drop-off between Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love. Like, Aaron is, he is king petty and he drives me insane, but I guarantee he is like Ryan from The Office, just writing people on a list and then crossing them off every time he shows them if they're wrong. And obviously, remember, he hates Goody, and he wants to stick it to him so bad. So if Rodgers is healthy, I am expecting an amazing season. I don't know if you guys agree or disagree with me on that one. But
well, again, Rodgers being petty, he knows the best way to stick it to Goody would be play 67% of the snaps. You know what I mean? Go undefeated for the first 8 games and then hope your team can get you over the playoff finish line and then start in the playoffs. That would be Aaron Rodgers'
that'd be
dream.
So
true, but I mean, if Aaron goes out and they win the division and he wins MVP or is right in that conversation and Jordan Love is meh, it's going to be hard for Packer fans to swallow it because they could have said, well, we could have just had this and won the division and got one more chance.
I mean, no one's going to say that. Everybody's going to stick by their choice and be like,
well, not the player. I'm not the team, but the fans.
The fans will.
Well, the fans are already trying to put out in the ether of like, I don't even know if we'll miss Rodgers that much. Like, LaFleur can just run his offense, and like Jordan Love will just, he can just cook.
That's what I mean.
That's what I mean.
I think people are still going to lean into that.
It is heavy disrespectful to Aaron Rodgers and fans just like, yeah, Love will just plug right in.
Let's go. It's just Packers fans are spoiled because after Brett Favre, you got Aaron Rodgers. Yes. It doesn't work like that.
But in a reminder, Aaron Rodgers was viewed as either the number 1 or number 2 QB in that draft, and he fell.
Yeah.
Jordan Love, by the time the draft rolled around, was viewed as unquestionably the 4th QB.
Right.
Maybe some teams had Jalen Hurts in front of him. Maybe some teams had him in front of the other guys. But realistically, it was top 3, and then it was Love and maybe wherever you viewed Hurts at that time.
Yeah.
So he was not a prospect of the same tier as Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers fell because of who his quarterback coach was or who his head coach was, which is Jeff Tedford, who had a spotty history with Derek Carr and who was the other one? Kyle Bowler and David Carr, Kyle Bowler, and Trent Dilfer. Those were the quarterbacks he had beforehand, and people started freaking out that, oh, wait, is Aaron Rodgers just another system QB? Mm-hmm. So the actual pedigree, and I know there's no guarantees, is not the same. But here's the question I want to ask the two of you. I'm staying out of it. Justin Fields, Jordan Love, who is ranking higher?
All right. I'll start, Chris. As for this situation, I would love to sit here and tell you that it's Jordan Love, no doubt. Justin Fields has experience. He has a full season under his belt. I like the idea that Jordan Love is going to progress, and the fact that it's his fourth year, he's going to be able to know this system, and he's not gonna be like wondering where people are. He's gonna be able to read defenses and know where the guys are gonna be. It's so hard to count on a first-year starter to do that. It might be his fourth year in the league, but he's still starting for the first time. He's still seeing opponents at full speed. Justin Fields has seen it. I personally can't, in good conscience, make the bet that Jordan Love is going to finish the season higher than Justin Fields, given the fact that Justin Fields has a full season under his belt and was totally serviceable. It's disrespectful to Justin Fields, and as much as I'm pulling for Love to be great, and I do want him to be better than Justin Fields, don't get me wrong, it's a hard bet to make right now.
Yeah, I'm going to go Justin Fields, mainly because I think he's just on a better team. Like, I think the team surrounding him is built better. And then the other thing that people don't know about the NFL, it's a confidence league. Like, and when I say that, like, everything that you do on the field flows from your confidence. Justin Fields having a year of starter experience, having a full offseason to have all of his guys, signing a established elite receiver in DJ Moore, who is phenomenal. Like, I know he doesn't get that much love, but he's a really good receiver. He's gonna be a great weapon for Justin Fields. But having all that time to do nothing but get better at playing quarterback for the Chicago Bears, who do nothing but boost his confidence. And I don't think that in any way of how the Packers handled this situation with Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers, I don't think anything necessarily said, Jordan, we have confidence in you. We know that you can do this. We're trusting you. Here go the keys. That's not really what happened. It's they kind of reluctantly gave it to him because they were forced to. And I don't think that helps his confidence at all. He has no real starter experience for real. So yeah, it's Justin. To me, it's Justin Fields without a doubt. Like, I don't even think it's a question.
844-770-3776. Tim in Oregon chimes in. Love is better than Carr is his take. And then
come on, man.
Jeff in Janesville chimes in. Shouldn't our argument be about Love between Herbert and Tua? That looks worse for Jordan Love. But Jeff in Janesville thinks that Jordan Love will be better than Tua.
What?
Now, if you're accounting for availability, possibly. Okay. Tua's got the real. I don't think that's what Jeff's. I don't think that's where Jeff's coming from. A healthy Tua is better than Jordan Love.
I cannot describe the look on Chris's face.
I'm taking Tua fresh off of his. When he gets cleared off his concussion, I'm taking Tua over Jordan Love. Right now, we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
I'm taking Tua off of his concussion over Jordan Love. You give me.
Yeah.
What have you done? That's what all the NFL is about.
The reason Jeff is bringing up those names, for context, of course, is those were the two quarterbacks drafted in front of him in the 2020 draft. Right. Burrow was obviously the first overall pick, and then Herbert and Tua went their respective spots. I was just looking up for reference because I heard Jim mention, he's the fourth or probably fifth quarterback. I was curious. I haven't looked this up since probably 21, where Mel Kiper Jr., NFL draft expert for ESPN, had him mocked. He had him mocked 19th overall to the Raiders. And
but that was a Bleacher Report you had up there.
Yeah, because it was the ESPN Plus, and I don't have it logged in on this computer. So,
gotcha.
I went and found the copied version. But, 19 to the Raiders is where Kiper had him.
Aaron Rodgers was mocked to like 1 or 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, again, there was a clear...
I thought he was pretty consensus number 1 until like fairly close to the draft.
And realistically, Jeff in Janesville, if we want to get into this game of his class, he's well below Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Remember, the Packers could have had T. Higgins and Jalen Hurts. with not much of a stretch of imagination. Don't trade your pick.
The
Draft
T. Higgins
Higgins
pick is what hurts me the most because
then you could have drafted. I guarantee you, Aaron Rodgers not as upset if you take Jalen Hurts in the second round. Trading up for a QB in the first round without telling your star quarterback. Disrespectful. Drafting a project QB in the second round from Oklahoma after you got your quarterback a wide receiver. Hey, let me be your best friend, Jalen.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, it's nice having a moral compass like Chris Orr around.
Man.
Disrespectful and ridiculous and moral compass. You are, Chris.
You can't trust Mel Kiper anymore. Don't bring up Mel Kiper.
Oh yeah, I know. That's why I brought him up
ever again.
Do you know? Do you guys know this story?
What he's talking about.
Well, refresh us on the follow.
Chris, elaborate on your your hatred. I don't know if that's the right word, but
it's not a hatred. It's just
your attitude towards Mel Kiper. Why is that?
Mel Kiper had me mocked to be drafted in I think the 3rd or 4th round, and I didn't get drafted at all. So that's how you know he doesn't know what he's talking about. Nobody falls that far.
45 billion.
Nobody falls that far. If you would have been like 6, 7, all right, that's not bad.
Yeah, because then you can team fit,
you
special teams.
Third, bro? Come on, man. Come on.
All right, so you can't argue it.
No, and I'm not trying to. I just don't want to be Mel Kiper.
but the thing is, that means Mel Kiper was higher on you than every NFL GM. So shouldn't you respect him?
Nah, there was a GM that was high on me, but
he didn't draft you.
It's an off-air story, man. It's an off-air story.
Well, you get only a few of those, Chris. You can't. You can't throw that out there.
Normally, we force him out of Strofe when he says that, but we'll let you get away with this one.
All right, so right now, as a show, we feel that it is unlikely that Jordan Love will finish the season as a top 5 QB in the NFC.
I don't even think he'll be a top 10 QB in the NFC. You guys literally picked only 3 quarterbacks to be worse than him.
When this is a little bit different than maybe how we'd actually rank them, because Mayfield is definitely a little bit of a question. Now, if I'm doing this, I think Daniel Jones will finish the year ranked in front of him, unquestionably. Geno Smith, unquestionably. I think Carr will. Prescott, Cousins, Hurts, Goff. Unquestionably, all those QBs. The question marks would be Fields, Purdy, Mayfield, and then Howell, Ritter, and Young. Because those quarterbacks could all finish in front of Love or behind. The other ones, if I'm betting money that means something to me, I'm betting the other QBs.
For sure.
Right.
Because I also think we did this a little bit.
And again,
am I too optimistic?
Hold on.
I think this list stinks.
We're not saying that this is going to be how the list goes. This is just, if we were going to be making a bet today, this is how we feel. I think
you feel wrong.
I think Jordan Love has potential to be definitely in the top 10, maybe a top 5 guy this year. I think as far as this guy's physical abilities, he's got the talent.
That's everyone.
I know.
Everybody has that.
Are you going to be able to put it together? And that's the big question mark, and we don't know if Jordan Love can. So that's why I'm saying, yeah, I think he's got potential, but in all likelihood, and based on all the other first-time starting quarterbacks that have ever made the NFL, there's not a very good chance that you're a superstar in your first year.
I think I'm just more disappointed in the lack of discussion around some of these. I don't think Baker Mayfield's going to finish the season as the Bucs starter. I think he's going to get benched because that team's going to stink.
Oh, I don't know about that. This is my thing is I don't understand why people were so high on Jordan Love coming out even in the first place. Like, I understand the draft is all about – this is what people need to realize. The draft is all about potential. Just because you got drafted in the first round doesn't mean you're a first-round player. All that means is that, this guy – this is how NFL organizations think. They say, okay, this guy's 6'4", 6'5", 240, and he runs a 4.4. We can do so much with those physical gifts. They automatically assume that they take the thought of the college coaches didn't know how to use them. They didn't know how to coach them up. We'll get them in this scheme. We know exactly where to put them. Just like look at I feel like I'm about to mess his name up. Isaiah Simmons. Damn, is it Isaiah Simmons?
Which one are we referring to?
What are you trying to get to?
The safety for the Cardinals.
I know you're going to go a little deeper, but to your point, and you can think of the name.
Ain't that his name?
But I will say this while we're looking that up. Jordan Love.
You nailed it.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
All right. Jordan Love, his sophomore year at Utah State, 32 touchdowns, 6 picks, 64% completion percentage, 3,500 yards, which are really good numbers, the numbers you want out of a guy in that conference. But his junior year, 61% completion percentage, 3,400 yards, 20 touchdowns, 17 picks in a subpar conference.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be the red flag. But to your point, Chris, and I'll let you back to it, coaches believe they're smarter than everyone else. GMs think they're smarter than everyone else. So every once in a while they go, I'm going to pick. Look, I've said this a million times. I think he's going to be their Mitch Trubisky because that's what Chicago did. Yeah. They said, look at this guy. He had one good year as a starter. We're going to just be smarter than everyone else and not pick the finished product in Watson, which was smart retroactively. And then, obviously you passed on Mahomes because you fell into the same trap. Mahomes compares to Rodgers, where Mahomes is like, oh, Texas Tech, he won't do it. So that was that problem as well. So you passed on. There was a third quarterback who's just escaped me that they passed on too. There's 3 QBs they missed on. Or maybe Mitch was the third, but there was another quarterback in that draft they could have drafted in front of Mitch. But Mitch was a big miss, but that was hubris. Like, we're just smarter than all of you.
Yeah, that's their approach. Which you can't knock the approach. Like I get it, I guess, because there's plenty of situations like that. There's so many people who are stars in the NFL who you've never heard of in college, which obviously they're right. But especially at the quarterback position, like at the quarterback position, you need to trust your eyes. You need to trust the football. Like everybody gets so caught up in the pro day and how amazing. This arm talent is so amazing, and he can run, but it's like, what does he do when somebody's trying to kill him out there? Like, what does he do then? Like, what does he do then?
Right.
What does he do after he gets knocked out? Does he get up and march you right down the field and score, or is it a 3-and-out, or is it a pick? Like, and especially doing that in the Mountain West Conference, like, man, the conferences are real. I would say there's no true difference, I guess, in like that. Not really that big of a difference in the Power 5 conferences, but once you start dropping off in those other conferences, I mean, man, outside of Josh Allen, Carson Wentz had couple of good years, but outside of those guys, I can't even remember people of recent years that have come from a subpar division, I guess, and been elite in the NFL.
So I will ask this as we go to break, and I love this question from Southern, so I want to ask you. Chris, would a mediocre or bad QB, how would they do in your league?
In my league?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. All right. That's a good question. Honestly, I'm gonna be brutally honest. If you are a quarterback out there and you can move, if you understand how to read coverages, you will dominate. but the real issue is that this is the real issue. Everybody's a couch GM and all of that. What they don't know is that when you get out there and I'm talking to you and I'm telling you the play you're about to run, and then you run it and we pick it off. Now I'll just mess your psyche up for the rest of the game. And people don't truly know how to read coverages. Like people are starting to get smarter and smarter with the game now. So it's easy to tell the difference between like a 2-high safety look and versus a single high safety look. But there are so many coverages that fit under that umbrella. Like a 2-high safety look, there's like 40 coverages that can be a 2-high safety look.
Right.
And there's probably 60 that could be a single high safety look. So like, it's one thing to say that, but when you actually have to go do it, that's the real difference. Quarterback is the hardest position to play for a reason.
We'll throw some stones next. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
Matt Hamilton here for Iron Jock. Believe it or not, being an Olympic curler takes a lot of practice time on the ice. And despite always being cool, I still work up a sweat. That's why I love Iron Jock and their no-stink technology. Silver Iron technology is the how behind why it works, and that is about as technical as I can get with it. What I do know is that if I'm on the ice or just wanting to look good, I know Iron Jock has t-shirts, polos, and hoodies for me. Support this Wisconsin-based company today and get gear at ironjoc.com. That's ironjock.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European.
First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because they never charge over the MSRP.
The Club at Lac La Belle is the birthplace of golf in Wisconsin, with a rich history you will feel once you arrive. Experience a round at the Club at Lac La Belle. The redesigned course is open to the public 7 days a week. Schedule your tee time today at club@laclabelle.com. This is a golf destination that you will want to play over and over again, and enjoy fine dining and event space after your round. An historic past meets a vibrant future. Go to club@laclabelle.com to start your journey.
Matt Hamilton here to tell you about my friends at Revive Restoration. Nobody plans for accidents to happen, but when they do, you can count on Revive to be professional, efficient, and detail-oriented as they make things right again. Revive Restoration.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. All so you can keep enjoying the home of your dreams. And our expert agents can help you save up to 23% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
We tend not to think about right now, but right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. When you give to the V Foundation, 100% of your donation goes directly to game-changing cancer research. Victory over cancer is there for the taking. By you. Donate at V.org. Because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
I love being an orthopedic surgeon because I can help people improve their lives. My name is Ashish Raval. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Stoughton Hospital and the Ortho Team Clinic. My specialty is sports medicine, focusing specifically on the care of the shoulder, hip, and knee. So the goal for me is always to see patients who want to get back to their active lifestyle. The techniques that I use now allow patients to return back to the activities, including sports, faster than ever before.
Learn more at orthoteam.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
Matt, I was at Summerfest on Saturday, and I saw our good friend Paul from Iron Jock looking good.
Did you hit a hole-in-one?
I did not even. My kids, everyone was with me. There was a long line, so I didn't get a chance to actually take a swing at the hole-in-run. But you're referencing there, the sponsor of the hole-in-one contest over at Summerfest. Obviously, Paul was out there. We're going to be doing a show with the Iron Jock folks in a few weeks at Hometown Pharmacy in Wanakee. Chimray DK will be there, so we'll talk to him some as well. So that'll be a good time as well. But, Matt, just like me, you love the folks over at Iron Jock.
Absolutely, and that's because we like Wisconsin-based company. As a Wisconsin-based company, Iron Jock provides high-quality performance apparel that's designed from the inside out. That state-of-the-art silver-ion technology is guaranteed to keep you feeling fresh and clean to provide odor-fighting protection for as long as you own the product. They're the highest quality fabrics constructed and designed for an active and comfortable fit. You can visit ironjock.com right now and get your very own Iron Jock apparel. You can get 25% off all orders over $75 or more if you use the code FEST23 in honor of Summerfest. First 80 orders also will get 2 Summerfest tickets. That's on ironjockjoc.com. Use code FEST23 for 25% off everything $75 or more.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton. Let's throw some stones.
The guys think they have the answers to everything.
I'm the best there is.
People like me.
So it's time to put them to the test.
That's some booty, Jim.
You know, that's just like your opinion, man.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
It is time to throw some stones here on Rutledge and Hamilton. Each and every day I scour the interwebs to figure out what the heck happened over the weekend. I've got questions. Jim, Matt, Chris might have answers. I'll score them throughout. At the end, we'll crown a winner of Monday's edition of Throwing Stones. What's so funny, Chris?
You just funny, man.
He's just laughing because he already knows who won.
You just funny.
What do you mean I'm just funny? Is that an insult?
It's not an insult.
Am I funny like a clown? Am I here to amuse you?
Yeah, what am I?
It's not an insult.
All right.
Do you get the Goodfellas reference I was making there, Alex Stroh?
I did.
Goodfellas
I got
reference.
it. I got it too.
All right,
Alex doesn't watch movies unless they're on TikTok, so I just had to make sure.
Goodfellas is good. I've seen that one. All right, let's start with this. Over the weekend, a 17-year-old kid by the name of, I'm not making this up, Happy Gilmore.
I saw this.
Committed to play golf at Ball State University. So my question around this is fictional characters and naming your kids them, essentially. And I don't know if there's like a good movie character with Orr as their last name.
Nah.
But is this weird that somebody with the last name Gilmore named their son Happy, or is it cool? Jim, I will start with you.
I don't know the amount of marital cachet or chips this person had to cash in to be able to name their kid Happy. I do know someone who has a son named Maverick who was born within the last year or two, that's pretty awesome. I wish I could pull that off as well. I tried. I can't even get the dog names, what I wanted the dog names to be. The best I got is I got Magnolia Jean with the initials MJ, so I was able to work that in there, and then I just dumb lucked into 23 when that's where Rosie was born. So I do have those too. But I will say this, I always like to point out, and nobody's really referenced it, but now that Titanic is popular, Rosalie has nothing to do with the Titanic. It's not named for that at all, because she saw this and she's like, you guys didn't name it because of this. Like, no, we just thought it was, like, we had heard it somewhere and thought it was pretty, but, like, it was not named after the character. So there's a fine line there of, like, you hear a name somewhere, you might have heard it in a movie or a show, but then you're not actually naming them after that, because I think that's a bit ridiculous.
Matt Fair Foul, character names, naming your kid that.
I think it's fantastic. I think especially if there's like some other maybe deeper reason. Maybe they met and their first date was the Happy Gilmore movie.
Right, yes.
Something light. So,
but again, that wouldn't be about the movie. That would be about their deeper story.
Well, right, but like it's from the movie. So again, I get
Would
it.
you name your kid Shrek?
Maybe not Shrek, but Happy's not that crazy of a name. And I will point out that he did try to qualify for the U.S. Open as an amateur, and Adam Sandler has been motivating him or giving him some like go get it kind of like motivation on Twitter. So
that kid is
cool.
so cooked if he wasn't a golfer. It's like if you try to get like a real job.
I mean, I'm naming my kid Alexander Hamilton, assuming they're going to be the treasurer of the United States.
But that's a grown-up's name, though.
Chris.
Well, just because. Fine, fair. You know, I got nothing.
Chris, I imagine you're probably. Have you seen the movie The Blind Side? You're probably not naming your kid Michael.
No, and we don't even spell our order. Saying, you know, how many people, man,
you can't have your kid.
Surprised how many people have asked me if I'm him or if he's my brother. Especially since my brother played for the Baltimore Ravens.
It's not even spelled the same.
It gets bad. It gets bad. But I think it's dope. But I do think it's a little ridiculous. Like, you could easily just be calling him Happy his whole life, and everybody would address him as Happy.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to legally name him Happy.
Actually, I'm feeling a little sad today.
Yeah.
So, Chris, I do have a question. What's your wife's maiden name?
Talia.
So if you were to hyphenate,
her last name. I'm sorry.
last name.
I'm sorry.
Castillo. So, and your child's first name?
Camila.
So, if you hyphenated it, which you cannot do because now your kid's name would be Camila or Castillo. So, with your name, you can't hyphenate. Which one do you want to be called?
Oh, I should do that. We got to do that for the next one. We're definitely doing that. I didn't even think of that. That's going to be funny.
Hey, he's only 2 months into fatherhood, and you're already talking about the next one. That's going to be funny. That's a 3 point.
Yeah, you got to think. You got to do it quick.
Yeah,
you don't want to stretch it out because then you're going to be changing diapers.
How many we having?
Two, maybe three.
Okay.
Maybe three. It was 4 of us. I don't know how my parents did, but yeah, we're not doing it.
That's a lot.
I know someone had 7 kids, and I just don't understand it. Like, how do you even know them?
You don't
How
have
do
a
you
life.
know them?
But, like, forget even knowing life. Like, you can't give the kids enough attention.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
They have to be getting it from their siblings. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a major part of
Yeah.
it. But that's not,
For sure.
I mean, depends what you want to be as a parent, but, like, parents are kind of the most important thing in the world to young children. How do you divvy that up?
You give them a mini-me.
Yeah,
Which is another sibling.
siblings. They're supposed to outlast you.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the execution of it. I'm talking about actually giving your parents or giving your kids actual parenting.
One more, fellas. I will have to save the stir-fried stones that are a big deal to tomorrow, which our friend Tim in Mount Horeb sent me. My Twitter DMs are open if you ever want to send me throwing stones ideas. But the Miss Wisconsin pageant was over the weekend. A Madison area woman did end up winning Miss Wisconsin. But I'm curious if there was a Mr. Wisconsin. What would your talent be in the Mr. Wisconsin pageant? Mr. Chris Orr? I'm going to start with you.
His talent or what the talent of this mystery person should be?
No. What the talent you would bring to the Mr. Wisconsin pageant.
I can't use football. I'm going to have to go with, I'm trying to see what would help me win. I don't know, probably drinking or fishing. Like one of those. One of those.
I'd vote for you.
Drinking or fishing?
Yeah, probably one of those.
With his Bass Pro Shops.
That's what's going to
hat
give me
on.
the win. That's what's going to give me the dub.
Yeah,
For
or
sure.
like eating a million cheese curds.
Yeah,
Matt,
see, I'm not
what would
doing
your
that.
talent
I'm
be?
not putting myself through that.
It's been a while, and it would take a little bit of practice, but I think I could do it again. I would get back on the drum set and probably just try and like play a song on the drum set.
Why wouldn't you just put on some sort of curling
Well, he
show?
said he couldn't play football,
Yeah,
so
can't
I
use
was not
that.
going to do my...
Gotcha. But that's not a Wisconsin thing. Like, he's... All right. I
Well,
don't
no, but that's like the only other like talent I have.
Yeah.
I'm drinking too. Like
Nothing else
I
outside
can't
of
catch
football.
fish, but me and Orr sounds like we could hang out and drink a lot together.
Yeah, I think Chris has got the best you have to, like, learn to milk a cow. And you can, like...
then chug the milk.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
So I guess I'd milk a cow on stage and then chug the milk.
Wow,
Good job,
I
Jim.
officially
Jim just
regret
lost.
asking this question.
Yeah, Jim lost. Making Alex queasy is a big
I
no-no
was
in this game.
I was in a competition my senior year of high school called Mr. Titletown, and my talent was I did a sports cast.
No,
Oh, God.
I was the runner-up. I was Mr. Titletown runner-up, class of 2017.
Man.
You are the nerdiest person.
Yeah. Here's the thing: you built yourself a good lead with the swimsuited section, but you lost it on the talent. I think.
Well,
doing a radio broadcast for
and
people.
Alex Stroh famously had his microphone photo for Tinder.
Yeah, his Tinder profile picture is him in front of a mic.
Yeah, Chris, if you pretty much took a picture of me right now, it was essentially this.
Yeah.
Chris, if you had Tinder, would you just use
Ladies,
you like
if
in
you're
a
looking
football
for-
helmet or?
No, you can't use the football. You can't use the football.
Sure
Nah,
you
man.
can.
You just got to get some fits of you. You just got to get some fits.
Strophy was like, "Hey, this guy's going places."
Try to throw a workout picture in there. You got to throw a workout picture in there or something.
Yeah, because I do a lot of that.
What would be the like?
You got to start.
The lack of muscle or the pale physique? Which one would be more? That workout photo would tell you that he's a radio guy. Like, that's basically it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Stick a microphone in front of it, and everyone would know.
The workout photo would be he's committed to other things, maybe like girlfriends. I like this guy.
Ryan of Madison chimes in. Chris Orr's talent is shortening necks, which there you go.
Yeah,
Just put out
there
there
you
lighting
go.
people up. But Alex Stroh shared a story with me before the show that does lean into very similar to Alex's dorky talent show of hosting a radio show. He was auctioned off, and I wanted him to share that story. This was back in college. He was auctioned off and went on an awkward date. We can hear that one next. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light, a finalist for Best of Madison Radio Team. Vote at channel3000.com. People really like this show.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. There's a sense of pride, community, and work ethic that's second to none. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. We've been here and will continue to be here for as long as you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Put your phone on D&D, that means do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D, that means do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Medicine.
So, Alex, I teased this before the break here, and maybe it was to a great place like Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We had Lee in last week. Matt shared some recipes with him. We'll have Lee in next month as well. Matt can share some more recipes with Lee from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. Our friend Tom from ESPN Madison was out there last week and said he had an amazing time. So, anniversary, date night, you want a corporate event, you want a happy hour, Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton is the spot. But Alex, why don't you share the story you shared with me, and I want to see if these two fellas had the same question. And maybe we could pull it, not online, but maybe we can pull this question with our listeners. So don't give away the answer to the question I think everyone's going to have.
Yeah.
But 844-770-3776 is how you chime into the show. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. We're presented by Coors Light. Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton, Chris Orr with you, live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Strofe, take it away.
Yeah, so back in I believe this was my junior year of college.
So how old?
I just turned 21.
Okay.
In fact, this happened on my 21st birthday.
Okay.
So we were doing our annual radiothon for our college student station in Stevens Point, 90 FM, historic legacy station up there. And a local...
You're obviously... It goes down in Wisconsin war.
The world's largest trivia contest, bro. Get after it.
Oh, yeah. Don't even get me started on that thing.
So we do an annual 2-day radiothon to raise funds for the station. And the steakhouse in town in Stevens Point, one of my coworkers had worked there. They knew who I was. So they said, sure, we'll give you a $150 voucher, but you have to tie it to Strofe. So what they did was they auctioned off a date with me. And, a lady's sister bid $300 on it. And ultimately, I know, right? I know. And so a couple of weeks later, I went on a date with this lady who
she paid $300.
Her sister paid for it for her on her behalf.
And
so
I feel like with that kind of money, there's some obligations
Right. So that's what I want to get to here. But go ahead and finish your. Tell us about the night. What did you guys?
So we went out. We grabbed a cocktail before until our table was ready. We caught up. She told me she was moving to Colorado. About her I think her daughter that lived out there.
How old was her daughter? Did you know?
You just got older than me.
Okay.
Yeah, like in her mid-20s. She just had a baby.
Okay.
If my memory serves me correct. So we drank, I don't know, probably 4 old fashions each, had a great steak, and I will stop the story there.
All right, so the question, so I want to start here. So they had drinks. She did. Well, I want to ask you this part first. So
drinks, he said 4 each.
Yeah, drinks, food. They're chatting about life.
1 martini, 2 martini, 3 martini, 4.
Give me me one martini, and Alex will do. You can figure out the rest. But my question is, I think this woman, she's moving to Colorado. How old do you think she was?
I would say like late 40s, early 50s.
So I'm gonna point.
I'll tell you this: she was pretty.
So I'll say this: if he says late 40s, early 50s, she probably was like early 40s. Like when you're 21, you just assume everyone.
I think I have a good gauge of that.
I know, but the younger you are, you always just skew a little older. You just always are off by a little bit. So that's not a knock on you. I just think in general, the younger you, everyone was older.
Grandma though, Jim.
But look, there's.
It doesn't mean that you're not a slump buster.
Right. So my point was, I think she would have been down. She's leaving town.
For sure.
That was at least on her. It
was probably
reasonable
in the
outcomes
cards.
for the evening.
It was in the cards.
That was there.
Can I tell you what she said to me before we left?
Yes.
What are you doing now?
I'm like, what you doing?
So wait, the question is,
and you doing?
The question is 844-770-3776.
Booking a hotel room down the road.
Alex is gonna keep this close to the vest here for a minute. But 844-770-3776. I want to ask you the question: did 21-year-old Alec Strofe bed the 40-year-old that won him in an auction? 844-770-3776.
Go ahead. I don't think so. I don't think he got it in him.
100% no. Alex ain't got that game. You ain't got that dog in you, Strofe. You ain't got that dog in you. Strofe was like, well, ma'am, I'm probably going to go to bed and be ready for my
glass of milk. I'm going
to have a glass of milk. I've got an early radio show tomorrow. As you might know, I'm a part of the Stevens Point radio team, and we're doing a radio-thon this weekend.
Can I hear the answer to her question before I answer this question?
No, you cannot.
So, yeah.
I'll tell you this. It was smooth.
Yeah, it's real smooth criminal Alex Strofe.
Yeah. Now that you said that, nah, he definitely didn't.
Okay, so in retrospect,
844-770-3776, and to Alex, Tim in Oregon, I caught the last 20 minutes of your show on Saturday. You are a respectful and honorable person. It choked me up. Pat is a legend. You deserve to host this last show. You know sports. You are not an opinionated blowhard. Tim in Oregon, that's my show that I gave to Alex Strofe, but that's the Pat Richter show. But go ahead. But so I guess
will say that Saturday show was fantastic.
Thank you. You can catch it again this week and next week over the holiday. The Pat Richter show finale was a terrific honor and Jim was a part of it. It was really cool. I appreciate that a lot, Tim. So what was the question? I'm sorry. As we talk about me being auctioned off,
he's basically
clearly
saying
I'm
you are an honorable person.
I'm
so
very honorable.
I guess that means you
and respectful.
won't bed the
super respectful.
Bed the grandmother.
Yeah. So she said to me, "What are you doing after this?" I had just started dating my current girlfriend, still with her, 3.5 years later.
Good move, then.
So I clearly couldn't. And I'm pretty sure I slipped in at some point. Yeah, I'm going to go hang out with my girlfriend.
Watch what you said. Do not say that again. Or phrase that differently.
Nope.
Mike the Postman chimes in, 4 cocktails, she made a man of him.
Hey now.
And that's when Strofe got his first chest hair.
So I will throw this out, and you don't have to answer, but what the heck? And you can chime in, 844-770-3776. What's the oldest number? The oldest.
For Alex Stroh?
No, for any of you. The age of the oldest person. 844-770-37.
Can we do the age difference rather than the age?
Because difference makes
Okay,
is
fine.
better. Yeah, because
That's fine.
age.
Strofe, the Adam Madison chimes in, Strofe the Gilf Chaser. So we'll go with difference.
Okay. I think my biggest difference was 11 years. I was 19 and the person was 30.
Okay.
You got
Your
me
first?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, good for you, man. Just jumping off the deep end.
Yeah, right. Felt like I was in the movie Aladdin. I could show you the world.
Right. Are you trying to seduce Mrs. Robinson? 20 years.
Whoa! Jimmy!
What?
Yeah.
You dog!
How old were you?
I was 25.
She's 45?
10 out of 10, you were in Miami.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
20 years.
Yeah, she was 45, I was 25.
Living his best Florida life.
Divorced?
I don't
Probably
get a lot of
didn't ask.
details.
Oh, so this was like a one-night thing.
Yes, this was not a date.
Well, you win this. Chris, you're not beating that, right?
No, I'm not beating 20 years.
How would
It's 7 for me.
Yeah, I think mine was 12.
Oh, actually, you're much closer to Jim. Double
Not 20.
digits.
20? Come on now. 20?
20 is a number.
20
She taught him
years.
something.
She's old enough to be your mother.
He learned something.
At 45?
Jim, how old are you right now?
I am 43.
She's 63 years old.
I'm not sleeping with her now.
We don't know that.
I guess we do know that. I'm not a dirtbag. And this was in Florida because I'm married, not because she's 63.
Yeah.
But I was in 25, 45. Like, that's not that crazy.
It's not that. I mean,
Nobody
that's 20 years
normalize
is
this
crazy.
behavior.
Welcome to
What are we
manhood.
doing?
No,
I'm
do
not
not
gonna lie to you.
normalize this behavior.
Do not badmouth older women. They can be just as beautiful as anyone else. I don't want
That's not what
you
I'm saying.
firing out here saying that this is
she was
inappropriate. If there's a gorgeous 45-year-old looking to hook up with a handsome 25-year-old Jim Rutledge, that is her prerogative. Strofe.
And also,
Gosh.
Adult film stars.
We're
Matt
not drawing
Hamilton.
that line in the sand here on Rutledge and Hamilton.
I would like to point out.
No, don't start. Hey now.
For context, for everyone involved, the bars in Florida are open till 5 a.m.
What? You got to throw beer goggles in there? Don't do that.
No, I'm saying.
Don't do that.
No, not. She
Yeah,
was
it's a
attractive.
prerogative.
I'm talking.
Thank you.
I'm talking inhibitions, not beer goggles. I'm talking inhibitions. Like
Her inhibitions?
20-year difference for both of us.
Yeah.
20 years is a big jump backwards too. It's not.
Yeah.
Most older women are trying to.
Yeah, what's this young buck going to teach me?
Right. Exactly. So it was.
She's probably like Aaron Rodgers. I'm not trying to be on a rebuilding night here. I need a veteran player. 25-year-old Jim just doesn't have enough experience for
Right.
me.
So the Adam Madison chimes in. He does want to ask you the question, Alex. What's the age difference between you and your mother-in-law? Because.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and share?
I don't have that clip anymore, thankfully.
So you're going to have to rehash it on the air for us, those new to the show.
All
Like Chris
right.
Orr.
So back the Friday of Mother's Day weekend, we were running over our plans. And I had explained that my essentially my mother-in-law will be in town. And we were talking about whether or not you should call your mother-in-law mom. And I remarked, hey, when my mother-in-law is in town, should I slip it in?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Phrasing is so important on the radio.
I meant the term mom, and these two nut jobs took it way out of context.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't.
Yeah, and here you are. Just today, you accidentally used the same phrase.
Yeah, you should work on
in
your
an
vocabulary a little bit.
equally oopsie-poopsie moment.
Well, I don't remember that being called out, so that's good.
Well, yeah,
We
it
did
was
call it out.
yeah, I did. I was like, you should work on that phrasing when you were saying, when you're talking to this older lady for the date, when you say, I did slip this one in, I'm going to go hang out with my girlfriend tonight.
Great time to tell everybody it is the last week to vote for Rutledge and Hamilton as the Best of Madison radio team. After that segment,
you can really slip that vote in at the wire.
Channel3000.com or just Google Best of Madison 2023. We are nominated somehow for Best of Madison radio team. You can get that in until Friday. Slip it in until Friday, channel3000.com.
The classiest show in Madison. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. The University of Wisconsin-Platteville has announced that the Wisconsin football team will hold their first week of training camp on the UW-Platteville campus in preparation for the team's opener on September 2nd under the new regime led by head coach Luke Fickell. The Badgers will be in Platteville from August 1st through August 8th for team bonding activities, closed practices, and meetings. Platteville is the home to some of the most premier facilities in all of NCAA Division III and used to be the training camp home for the Chicago Bears from 1984 to 2002.
Pella's window and door design options are virtually limitless. Customize your order by August 31st and you could bundle and save big at PellaWI.com.
The original hard iced tea started in 2001 in Cincinnati, Ohio. For Twisted Tea, the dream was simple. Brew a refreshing tea with flavors everyone loves and add a twist. With endless styles such as half and half, blueberry, peach, mango, and raspberry, you can always keep it twisted. Find Twisted Tea near you at twistedtea.com/locations. America parties with tea. Must be 21 or older to enjoy.
Listen to Rutledge and Hamilton every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win a case of Twisted Tea's limited edition party pack. The summer party pack features the original half and half and peach flavors along with a new limited edition flavor, Twisted Tea Rocket Pop. The new style combines the flavors of the classic Rocket Pop popsicle, lemon lime cherry, and blue raspberry, punched up with a taste of authentic hard iced tea. Listen every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win some free beer, or in this case, some free Twisted iced tea. That's 2:45 every Thursday.
Yo, what's up, party people? I'm Julie Foudy.
And I'm Lynn Ozawi.
We host the ESPN podcast Laughter Permitted, where we have candid chats with trailblazing women in sports and beyond.
We've talked with goats like Billie Jean King, Simone Biles, Mia Hamm, Sue Bird, Candace Parker, Michaela Schifrin, just to name a few.
So grab a donut or 500 and check us out wherever you get your podcasts. And a huge shout out to our presenting sponsor, Ally, who has supported us since day one.
It's Laughter Permitted. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Washed and waxed?
Check.
Gassed up?
Got it.
What about that check engine light?
That,
You know you gotta treat your car right.
I know.
Then you should know about the free AutoZone Fix Finder service. Head on over to AutoZone, get your engine light checked, and get a report for free. Don't even take a minute.
Free AutoZone Fix Finder service.
Your car will thank you, and then you can thank me.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hi, I'm Medicine Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by X Golf in Madison and Middleton.
This is a short race.
Jim Rutledge Matt Hamilton, Chris Orr with you. Rutledge and Hamilton presented by Coors Light, live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. We've gotten plenty of Dave the Deerfield friend who wants to get us lunch. Awesome show. Tim in Oregon chimes in. Good show. So everyone's enjoying our content. Unfortunately, we disappoint people. We'll talk a little bit of actual sports here in a minute, but not that the other isn't athletic, but we're just going to talk about the Badger football team. And Strofe, I'll lean on you a little bit, and Chris, obviously I want to get your expertise on it, but in general, in the recruiting world, Luke Fickell came in and lit the world on fire for the Wisconsin Badgers. Everyone got very excited. Now I think there's some concern, and to his credit, Luke Fickell has addressed this in an article in The Athletic, and I'm sure he'll continue to address it, of there's some kids, mainly for this 2024 class for Wisconsin, that I believe the top 5 kids in the state are not coming to the University of Wisconsin. They are going to Power 5 conference, which is the important part. And you think it's 6 kids, top 6 kids in the state. And so, right, because Booker, was 5, and now Booker is switching over. Booker from Wanakee, the tight end. Now, each one of these are all kind of their own case, switching coaching staffs. I believe some of these kids weren't offered by the other staff. Badgers got in late. But I'll take it. Chris, we'll go with you. How much of a red flag is there, and what is the nuance of owning your state? But as Luke Fickell, and I'll say this last bit, Chris, came in and said, hey, we have this 350-mile radius we want to fit into. He's like, but when I got here, I realized Wisconsin's national brand. So now we're recruiting Texas and Florida and New York because kids out there want to come here, and
Texas
our coaches
boys.
and our coaches have ties there, and so it is kind of that magic that kind of comes to recruiting, a balance, an in-state to the brand to finding the right people for your program. That's a lot for a first-year coach to handle.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think every program anywhere wants to lock down their state. You know, it sounds great on paper, but at the end of the day, you want to get. Well, I want to say each year you can sign like 25 guys, depending on your graduating class and all that. You want to get the best 25 in. Like that's what you're aiming for, to be honest. And I don't think there's a need to panic. I don't know where the panic is coming from, because honestly, you just want people that fit the culture. Like, I came all the way from Texas, and I love being in Wisconsin.
You personified
Badger.
the culture, absolutely.
Yeah, I love being a Badger, and I truly resonated with the Wisconsin culture, and that's why I came. But I don't think there's a big need to panic. And then I don't want to make people mad, but Wisconsin football is not the best. It's nowhere near it.
You mean high school?
Yeah, high school. High school. If I'm going to go watch a Wisconsin high school football game, honestly, I think it's tough to even recruit Wisconsin, to be honest. Outside of O-line, D-line, because you could that's pretty much everywhere in high school that you find the size and you can coach the skill. But I think it's hard to recruit Wisconsin, because sometimes even when I go to a game, you see a guy, you're like if I watch Braylon's high school highlight film, and I was telling him, I'm like, bro, your film wouldn't look like that in Texas. I was like, you're just running through everybody. Nobody wanted to touch you. Right. I'm like, bro, in Texas, you look like everybody else. There's no difference. So your film will look completely different. So I think it's just hard to recruit Wisconsin. It sounds good on paper to want to lock down the state, but at the end of the day, you want the 25 best players coming to your program.
That's right. You want the 25 best players coming to your program, but if they don't, accidents happen. Now, they can't help get you the best players, but Revive Restoration can make sure you get your business or home back to 100% as fast as possible. You can check out the Revive Pros at revivepros.com or Revive Restoration. We'll check you guys tomorrow. This has been Rutledge and Hamilton. We'll see you later. Olson Toon has been customizing both residential and commercial outdoor living spaces since 1997. Matt Hamilton here from ESPN.